What's up guys, thanks for clicking on my video. Today we're gonna change out the brushed motor in a Redcat Blackout. Now these are a great value. You can see I put a couple extras on mine. I got a 1,000,000 watt light bar right there. Some lights in the back with a voltage meter, some on-off switches, and I had an FPV system going in here as well, with a little camera on the hood and a 5.8 gigahertz transmitter shooting out there. In addition, I put an RD9 air receiver on there, so I could use my AT9 and have all these extra buttons and switches for turning things on and off. I will do a full review on the Blackout. Keep an eye out for that video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Now let's get into this. First, you gotta take your cover off. I already did this part, but we're going to take off the protective cover thing. I took that off already too. So here's the gist of it. This motor's bolted down right here. And basically you have to take this whole cover off to get to it, just like you'd think you would. And the way to do that, to get to those screws right there, we're going to have to wiggle these little joints out and pop that little guy right there. And that's about it. That's going to be a 2mm Allen key, by the way. So while you guys are watching me pull these screws out, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to break in a brushed motor. Now if you break in your motor, it's basically going to seat the brushes evenly, and you're going to end up getting longer life and better performance out of your engine, so get a little faster power as well. It turned out the 9-volt battery I had was already dead, so I wasn't able to use that method this time. I'll show you guys how to break this motor in the old-fashioned way once it's installed. So that pin right there, on this end, there's actually a Phillips head screw. So you need to back that out, and then you use a little wiggle trick to get this pin out. I'll show you how to do that. This guy right next to it right here, he just pops right off. Just give him a little bit of pressure, he'll pop off. You can pop it right back on too. There's that little guy right there. So here's the trick to getting these pins out right there. You basically, after removing the Phillips screw, you just kind of work it like this, and they will eventually start to poke out the front. You might also just put some downward pressure like that while you're wiggling it, and it'll work out. Once it's sticking out a little bit, you can pull it out with some pliers. Well, it's definitely hard to see the angle, but you can see the pin poking out right there. All right, now this is free, exposing these two screws right here. This screw is actually right next to the pin, and the head of it kind of covers the pinhole. Make sure it doesn't come out. All right, now I can get at these top screws right here. There's definitely going to be some different length screws, so try to keep track of where the long ones go. This nut was actually stripped out probably from last time I changed this motor, but I was able to shove a little star wrench in there and get it out from my cheap Harbor Freight toolkit. All right, I got these 4 out. Looks like I got a couple more right there. All right, now this cover should just lift right off. There we go. You can see right here, the motor just connects with a couple screws right there. Okay, so now the motor's held in with a screw here and a screw that's down there. So we're gonna leave this whole plate in here. What we do have to do though, is remove this drive shaft cover. So we'll take a couple bolts off here, a couple bolts in the back, and then this drive shaft's just going to lift right out, and it'll allow us to get to that second bolt down there. All right guys, now we have to remove these 4 bolts that are holding on this drive shaft cover. In order to do that, we actually have to pull these 2 bolts out to just bring that away so we can get our screwdriver down there. Looks like we got a nut on the end of it. All right, you guys, it's just gonna lift right out. But remember which way it goes, because if you put it in backwards, your wheels will spin the wrong way. Let's give it a little bit of pressure and this will pop right out. There we go. And now we're all set to get to our second screw right there. All right, guys, last thing, there's going to be a little Allen key in this spur gear right here. So there it is. Find the top right there. I'll slide right off. And there you go. Just unplug your positive and negative leads right there. All right, guys, definitely get your little gear on the end of that motor right there before you tighten it down. I tightened it down. I couldn't quite get it in, so I had to actually chip this away a little bit. There, I just slid that on loosely. I'm just gonna press this right into that groove right there. We're all set. So normally to line up your, I can't remember what they call it, the gear mesh right there. The sander's trick is you slip a piece of paper in between those two gears and that'll get you perfectly lined up. Let me try that. All right, I got that together for the most part. I got a RD9 air receiver hooked up there, so I can use it with my AT9 right there. About to put this body back on. I'm actually gonna glue the receiver right there and take this bad boy for a drive. All right, you guys, right now I'm gonna show you how to break in a brushed motor. Anytime you get an RC car with a brushed motor, you can do this. This is the easy way to do it. I actually filmed this with my Typhon Mega. It's actually going to be the first full RC car review that I do on this channel, so keep an eye out for that coming soon. Cool. So basically what you want to do when you're breaking in your brushed motor is ease onto the gas, run it slowly, and then ease off. What you want to avoid is hard acceleration and hard braking. So you don't want to slam off the gas, which would be the brake, and you don't want to slam onto the gas. So you're basically going to go like this. And ease off it as easily as you can. So I'm going to do that in real life right here. Here we go. You want to run it an entire battery, do a whole battery's worth. Yeah, I definitely need some steering trim right there. Look, I'm not even touching the steering. I'm just gonna run it around like this for a little while. And that's how you break in your battery. Do it until your battery's dead, and then you'll be ready to hammer it on the next one. What you're doing is you're seating the brushes. There's some brushes and some magnets in there, and this is seating them where they want to go. And your brush motor is going to be faster and last longer if you do this. Brushless motors, you don't have to break in at all. All right, you guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure and subscribe to my channel. We got a lot of really cool stuff coming out. This right here is slightly larger, a 1/8 scale. Woo! So we're gonna have a lot of fun with these guys. $219 for this bad boy. Pretty awesome. Got the same size motor as that car. And after I get done with this review, which I almost am, I'm going to bust into this one, which is even faster. 30 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour. And this really does go 50 miles an hour straight out of the box. I know because I watched some reviews. So we're going to review all the awesome cars. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.